We love you, Grandpa Bobby.
Happy 80th. Wanted you to know so many of the things I love about you. And look, Birdie wanted to say hi too.
I love talking to you about how UVA football is doing. Not this year, let's not talk about it.
For the way that you made sure that I got to run the mile as the first female at St. Mary's. And I won.
Nice.
So many things that I love about Bob, Grandpa Older, Mr. Older, etc.
That you funded my first CD, came to the CD release party in DC, and attended as many shows as you could.
For sending me a Ravens-themed birthday gift and saying it was from Bailey.
Bob, one of the other things that you instilled in all of us is our love of animals and taking good care of them and always having a space in our hearts and our homes for our babies.
For adopting Bailey.
And talking about football with me.
I love trying to figure out what to call him, whether it's Bob or Papa Older or what have you.
I love how interested and active you are in VR stuff. It's really interesting.
For your comforting attitude and nonstop smile.
That you spent so many hours making wooden horses for children you didn't even know.
When you paid me for jump balls and basketball so I would be a more assertive player and person. Do you regret that one?
That you always wanted to ride the biggest roller coaster.
I love the amazing events that you host.
I know that I can call you anytime, day or night, with any medical question or issue whatsoever, and you will follow up with me for at least a year to make sure that I'm still okay.
You have the best laugh. I have ranked everyone in the families.
That you always play Madden with me.
How stoic you were after your knee surgery when you were going through physical therapy, and we know it hurt like hell, but you didn't really want us to worry.
That you play Oculus with me.
That you save us all from any kind of recalled food every week, every few days, every day. Thank you.
That you always have red wine and coffee cake available.
You've taught me to have extreme patience through your relationship with the New York Giants.
For the fact that you never pressured your daughters to become doctors or lawyers, and you let us find our way in the world through what we love and what brings us joy. And you did.
All of the amazing beach trips and ski trips that we took.
The way you listened to my crazy antics with a kind smile and honest interest.
That time we didn't answer the phone at the mountain house and you drove all the way up to find out if we were okay.
When you heard me arguing on the phone with my boyfriend and suggested that I go to law school.
I love talking sports with him and Frasier.
And that time we almost missed our flight to Miami and you didn't get mad until we got home.
And the way that you've always doted on my mother and the way that she dotes on you. You've all showed us how to be wonderful partners to each other.
That you help support my music production.
The way you always advise me on big purchases like cars, computers, or bringing an investor into Piano Lab.
The way you always wave when you're leaving your house and don't make a face when we inevitably always turn the wrong way.
I love how you send me messages on the holidays asking how I've been, how things are going. It's always a great time to hear from you.
That you let me buy books on your Kindle account.
I love watching him and Frasier battle in like Madden and trash talk as gently as possible. Not so gently from Frasier, but very gently from Papa Older.
That you fully supported me when I had to throw your cousins out of my wedding.
We love how active you've all showed us how to be in life, whether it's playing racquetball or squash or swimming or golf. You've always made exercise an important part of your life.
I love the way that your gifts are always the whole set. I didn't just get the Clinique lipstick. Oh no, I got the whole Clinique line every year for Christmas, down to the mascara.
You have inspired my fashion style to a T.
That you got me that Fonzie motorcycle and the dirt bike with red fire bolts on it and taught me how to ride it in the beach parking lot.
For your infinite supply of khaki pants and golfing shoes. I'm even rocking my golfing sweater today.
How you continue to apply for a job at Piano Lab because you want to dazzle us with your variations on chopsticks.
for instilling in all of us a love of the ocean.
For knowing about what's going on in my life before I even have the chance to tell you.
I love how welcoming he is for having this influx of Mondial O'Learys every year.
That you made me head cheerleader for your flag football team. Go to Syria.
That there's always a new house for us to visit.
The way you ask questions about my future plans and show your support.
That you're so humble even though you're a rock star in the medical world and even saved an entire village from illness when you were just a med student.
For the way you hid the car keys to my first car ever under a pair of earrings and then waited patiently while I figured it out. That was a great car.
I love that Marilyn and I would continue to see his doppelganger as we would walk along in Old Town.
How we used to wave out the window every morning before you would head off to work, and you would drive all the way back if I wasn't there.
The way your laugh sounds more and more like Poppy's every single day.
For the time you spent crafting wooden cars with me and creating tracks and little things for them to play on.
That you taught us to always have the best possible health insurance and car insurance, and that you would always find a specialist for us when we needed one. And I promise, I'm not driving.
For when I got my first real job at Wells Fargo Bank and you went and you bought me a suit.
Certainly love talking politics as we're hiding under a blanket to avoid being attacked by the other Mondials and O'Learys.
That you would play golf with me every weekend, even though we always got into a fight and I never took your advice. But I do appreciate your new tip that to fix my slice, I should only play on fairways that bend to the right.
I love how you take the time to talk to me about my career and my goals.
The way all of your X-ray techs absolutely adored you because of the way that you treated them, especially Spot.
How much you loved your classic Volvo and Ford pickup truck.
For the way you still always check our tires and make sure we have any gadget that will keep us safer on the road.
I may not be your biological daughter, but I definitely inherited your love of Post-it notes, whether they're in our wallets, on our desks, glued to any surface we can find. I think about you in the Post-it notes that I have now inherited that trait.
That you relentlessly helped us search for pigeon peas the eve of my wedding, and if all else failed, you promised that you would have it catered by McDonald's. And I think we almost did that.
For buying me an emergency code tool before I could even think to get one for myself. I've already used it 3 times.
For the way you really adore animals and you kept all of our animals alive with thousands and thousands of dollars of medical bills, especially Singy. Thank you.
That time you brought Johnny Dawkins and David Henderson to our house for a pool party.
I tell that story all the time.
Although it is in the shop for God knows what reason, you bought me my first college computer and it has served me very well up until now.
When we had that crazy well cover and you used to play Spaceship with us.
That you logged in to watch all my football games.
I love talking sports. I love talking about the Steelers and the Giants, and when they occasionally play, that's fun to do as well.
For always being up on the latest technology.
That you would videotape 5-hour-long Jordan High School performances, even though they said no video cameras allowed.
For getting a smartphone so you could text with us.
That you had a John Deere tractor collection.
Thanks for always taking us skiing.
That you're helping me take over Piano Lab in the future.
We love you, Grandpa Bobby.
We love you, Grandpa Bobby.